Hey parents, here's the third video of our reading tips and tricks that I'm sending you before Christmas break. And today I want to talk about two things. One thing to start off is talking about routines. You probably all have routines built into your day, like things you do every morning when you wake up, things that you do each evening, okay? And I think it'll be really beneficial for the kids, and you'll get a lot less arguments if you can figure out a way. And I know families are busy, and every night might be different, but maybe somewhere in your day you can figure out a time where the kids can consistently get some reading in. So maybe it's, right before dinner. Maybe you typically do have a consistent dinner and they have to read before dinner, or maybe it's right after dinner, or maybe they have to clean up the dishes and then they need to read, and then they can go on to whatever else they want to do the rest of the evening, or maybe it's right before bed. But if you could try to do it as many days out of the week, out of the 7 days in the week, the more days you do it, the kids on the if you're only doing it, let's say you do it 3 days in a row, and then you stop for a couple days, and then you try to get back on that train a little bit, you're gonna get that pushback. But if it's something you do every single day, the kids will eventually, it'll become a habit, and they probably won't push back much, because they're just gonna be like, it's what we do. And when they argue with you, I would encourage you just to say, it's what we do. It's what we do. This is what we do. We brush our teeth, and we read before we go to bed. It's what we do. The second thing I want to encourage you guys to do is don't have your kids read for a time limit each evening. So don't say, hey, I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes and you need to read for 20 minutes or a half hour or whatever it is. Because what tends to happen is the child will focus a lot of their attention on that clock. Has it been 20 minutes yet? Or they'll have the timer in front of them and they'll pay attention to that. And in fact, they could literally just sit there staring at the page, waiting for that time to go by, and they still haven't read anything. So instead, what I'm encouraging parents to do is to have your child set page goals. So let's say they're reading a book and they're on page 35. Maybe you and them sit down and say, how many pages do you think you can get done? What do you think would take about 20 minutes or 30 minutes or something like that? And they might say, hey, 10 pages. So I'm going to try to read to page 45. Well, then their entire focus can be on just reading and enjoying and thinking about the book, not about the clock, because as soon as they've read those 10 pages, their work is done. So they might as well just focus in and really pay attention and enjoy it. Maybe after they read those 10 pages, maybe it's only been 10 minutes. And then that, you've agreed to that was the goal for the day, and I'd let them off the hook and say, okay, that's 10 minutes today, but what do you think for tomorrow then? Because, we want more than 10 minutes, so, should we double that then? And just come to that agreement. But just setting page goals and letting them just read rather than focusing on that clock, I think will really increase the quality of their reading and probably their quantity as well. So hopefully that helps, and I will send you another video tomorrow.